Hey guys, Old Beater Cars Workshop. Well, I got a treat to show you guys. I've been working on the 1/8 scale or 1/9 scale, whatever it is, Ford truck I've been working on. Yes, I am in my work apparel. so, so there you have it. A lot of work has gone to this cab to make it what it is. I'm not gonna have a back window in this one, of course. It's been way too much work in it to cut it open now. So I'll still describe the door lines in and such. It's all done in there. Lots and lots of work. Oh, where's the hooking thing here? Lots and lots of work to it. I I put my own little spin on it. Actually, I added a little more to the cab than what it should have been, but that's okay. Tall guys need a little more cab to sit in, and it's probably. I did see a picture of this, something similar to this somewhere online, where the cab was a little bit longer for a heavy duty application. So some of the cabs in the Model A, Model AA, and Model Double B, some of them were a little bit longer, some a little bit shorter, and some of them were 4 doors. So depending on application, but it still needs a bit of work. It's not quite done yet. It's kind of roughed right now. Looks pretty good from where it started at. So has all the right shapes and everything to it. So working on that. I'm also working on the frame. Now the frame has taken a lot more work because I didn't have much to start with. Just rails and some cross members. So there's the frame. I had to make my own front end, modify it, of course, because it's a heavy application. And obviously the springs has to be, I had nothing to work with, nothing. I had no front end, nothing to work with, so I had to basically figure stuff out as I go and look at the instructions, because I kept instructions from the old model, right? And that helped me quite a bit to figure out what I needed. Don't look too closely, it's not perfect. Just making use of what I have, it's all scratch built. The whole front end's all scratch built, as you can see, because I just don't have the parts and pieces, right? But yeah, so it's turned out pretty good, I think. It looks the part. So anyways, I had to stretch the frame out. I stretched it out about 3 inches because this is going to be a tow truck, a heavy wrecker. And as you guys know, I love my Holmes wreckers. So I really love those old wreckers, and I like building them because I've been around that kind of stuff most of my life anyways too. But yeah, so it's been stretched out quite a bit, and had a couple extra cross members in there. I actually put one. Believe it or not, that's actually a piece of the running board from the original kit. So I put a cross member in there, and a piece in the back here to strengthen it out, to strengthen it. Now I'll show you guys something. It's hard to explain it to you guys to be able to know how the talking. Now on the Model BB or Model AA, of course it's the heavy commercial version of this truck. So this one I built this one quite a long time ago. You might notice the spring pack in there. Well, this is a heavy application, but see the way the springs are? Well, I'm going to mimic that on this application here. Of course, this is not going to be a super heavy application like this one is. This is actually kind of overbuilt, but anyways, it is what it is. So, but the lead springs are like this way because they're a heavy application. Probably later on in the 30s they figured it out to make these springs a different version, but for these particular years, you need to have this version of leaf spring. See it or not? So, but anyways, that's what I'm going by. That's what I have. So I really like that style of heavy duty leaf spring. And think probably like a Holiday M tank, probably. But yeah, so look, that's that there. I just reference. So I'm working on the leaf spring right now. This is gonna just give me a 1-ton truck. That one there probably could have been a 3-ton. But here's the leaf springs. I'm not quite done yet. Still have to add a little more detail. Here's the rear springs. So this could have been a heavier material originally, or such, because I've seen, of course, everyone knows who around vehicles, right? You know, leaf springs come in different thicknesses, and I've seen some heavy applications. Well, I'm around heavy applications all the time, but I've seen leaf springs that are half-inch thick, maybe even more, right? So actually, I think it was around Volvo rock truck, and the springs were 3/4 inch thick. That's pretty thick shit. But anyways, I'm not too sure. I might put a little more material in here to give it the look. But looks pretty good, I think. So what do you guys think? I just finished crazy gluing these things, but so these are the springs. And you know, the kit comes with lots of materials, right? And here's actually the back cover from the wheel, right? Wheel cover from the original kit. And it has a good arch to it. So you take that and you cut it in half, and you can build leaf springs if you don't have any, which I didn't. So I had to make my own leaf springs, and then just keep adding material to get the thickness of leaf spring you want. So yeah, so you just have to use your brain, right? It's common sense stuff, right? And if you love scratch building like everyone else does, then you can basically make anything, right? So of course, the leaf springs are like this, right? So now I gotta put the piece that goes on top to mount it to the frame. Also pieces from the original kit. See, they're going like that, and be a pivot pin in the middle there, which this part here will pivot on the frame. This mount to the frame, this will pivot like this on the frame, and then this part here will be on the axle. So that's the way the heavy duty applications work. But you know, it's coming along pretty good. Once I get more stuff done on it, I will definitely post it up here. And I have the block for this car, but I don't have the heads. So you guess what? I'm going to make my own heads for it. Scratch built heads, no big deal. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's really nothing complicated. And possibly make my own manifold, and probably scratch built a carburetor, or find something we can use as a carburetor for it. So you know, let's look at some pictures and see how things go from there. But try to get as close as I can to it, and you know, just go with it. And the bigger problem I'm going to have is I don't have a transmission for it. So that's gonna be another thing. But the Holmes Wreckers have a special transmission on them. Well, because we're like technically they're not really special, but I have to make something that was very close to what would have been used back in the day. Of course, Wreckers, the older style stuff, they actually use a reduction, like some application would have been on a 4-wheel drive truck, sort of old school stuff, and they just kind of take the parts and pieces, and they make the gears and all that stuff they have to make to get the Holmes Wrecker to work. Most of the ones I've seen were chain driven or pulley driven, but or had a separate gearbox. So it's just many applications I've seen over the years with the Holmes Wreckers, depending on how far you want to go back in time. Little would you know what, camera battery packed it in again. So getting back to what I was saying about the Holmes Wreckers, they come in many different styles and such over the years. And if you're interested in Holmes Wreckers, just go online or go on any site or go just research for it. Like I said, I'm very fond of Holmes Wreckers. Many guys are. They like the old school Wreckers. I think they're more heavy duty than modern, but they're interesting setup, and I've built many of them over the years. So yeah, so there you have it. So I mean, this is just a skim of what's coming for this project. So it's gonna be a lot. It's taking a lot and a lot, a lot, and I'm working other stuff too. Of course, always have, you know, couple projects on the go all the time, right? So anyways, stay tuned for more updates on this project here. It's a long one, and remember to uh, you know, share, and subscribe to my channel. I mean, it all helps. I'm doing my best I can to keep posting regularly as I can, but you know, got to keep working like everyone else does. Anyways, thanks for watching, and take it easy. Bye for now.